Hello, Instagram. How we doing? So today we are talking to Morena, who is obviously my wonderful colleague from Gotham, just all-round incredible woman. So I am going to try and invite her. I've not done this before, so let's see. Send record. She is waiting. Thank you all so much for joining us. Morena Baccarin is on her way. Hello. Somebody says they're also from Wales. Excellent. I'm from Wales. Okay, so we're going to chat today a little bit about Morena, her life and COVID, and the fact that she voted today, which I'm really excited about. I can't vote, unfortunately, but I don't know if you guys have been watching, but Corey, Robin, and I started this a couple of weeks ago. We've just been chatting to other members of the Gotham cast and other people in our lives who are excited to be voting, want other people to be voting. So we are just kind of trying to talk to people about their experiences and get people to vote, because it's a really important thing to do. Okay, so we're still waiting. Let me just message her and see if she's having troubles. Hope everyone's okay out there in these COVID times. Everybody wants a new season of Gotham. Oh, Morena sent a request to join. Let's see. Sorry, I'm so bad at this. Here we go. Here she is. Send request. Oh no, hang on. I don't want to send a request. Sorry. Send a request to. How do we do this? Who knows? I've realized that I am the least good at. Morena, if you can hear me, I have now requested you, so I don't know how. I guess you just say yes. Maybe you should request me again and I will just say yes. Okay, hang on. So, you have requested me. Go. Now it's saying send request. I think you're going to have to just accept it if you can.
Ah!
There she is.
I'm terrible at this.
We're just too old. We're too old.
We're too old. We're too
What
old.
the fuck is? I don't understand any of this stuff.
But we're doing it. It's so
We're doing
exciting.
it. Here we go. We're
Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much for doing this with
Of
me.
course. I'm trying to get my I voted early in the frame.
Yo, she did it.
Actually,
How was it? Tell us everything.
It was pretty good. I have some interesting information about it, which is, so I got my, I requested an absentee ballot just in case, because I didn't know what the lines were going to be like and what it was going to be like at the time that I requested it COVID-wise in New York City. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do an absentee instead. And then I got in the mail all my voter registration information, because I double checked where it was registered, and then an early voting information and a little card that tells you exactly where to go. Now, I didn't know this, but my early voting site was different from my election day site. So I went today to my election day site, assuming that that was my early voting site. And the security guard at this college was like, what are you talking about? Election day is November 3rd. I was like, I know, but look, and I wasn't the only person there. So I wasn't the only one who made this mistake.
Like, there were no
other guy.
Right?
Yeah, no, exactly. There were a few other people there who were like, we have this thing and it's got the address on it. And anyway, so then I pulled out, and my son was with me, and he's like, can we go home now and play video games? I'm like, no, this is how democracy works. We've got to fight for it. We're going to exercise our right to vote. It was like a lesson in all of this. So then I looked online and found out that, in fact, it was a different location. Went to that location. The lines were around, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 blocks.
Wow.
By 10:30 a.m. It opened at 10. And then I discovered that I could just fill out my absentee ballot and drop it off in the ballot box at that location. So that's what I ended up doing. So
right.
So not to wait in line. So it's a good idea to take your absentee ballot with you if you have it.
Yeah.
So I did. I filled it out and dropped it off, so I didn't have to wait in line, and that's how I got my sticker. However,
The plot
When,
thickens.
the plot thickens. When I got home, there was a pile of mail that I hadn't opened from only like 3 or 4 days ago. And on it, in the bottom of the pile, was another absentee ballot. So I was really confused. So I opened it, and it was a letter from the New York Board of Elections that said they apologized. They said the one they had previously sent me was incorrect. It had some printed errors on it, and it was no longer a good ballot. So I voted today, but
it's almost like they don't want us to vote.
yeah, it's tricky. So I filled that one out, and they said that if I mail this new one, it's okay. If I already sent the other one in, it'll just negate it.
Okay.
So I do have to send, but I do still have to send now this new one, and I will do it tomorrow.
You have voted, and now you're going to vote again and get
I
another.
get to vote again. So, I mean, but it's really interesting, right? I mean, it shouldn't be this hard.
No, it really shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no, in the UK, it seems so simple compared to this, but I don't know if, I mean, I've always just gone and voted. There's never any controversy, but maybe
Right.
I for a while.
Right.
Anyway, so now, is there a way that you can check that your vote has been counted?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I have to look it up. And I was actually also trying earlier this week. I had the absentee ballot, so I was able to see what was on the ballot. But out of curiosity, I went on the Board of Elections site to see what was on the ballot, because I know a lot of states have different things that you're voting for. You can vote for propositions. You can vote for Supreme Court, local Supreme Court justices. You can vote for senators. There are many options, and it's really hard to find out what's on your ballot. That's information that I think should also be easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually couldn't, if I didn't have the absentee ballot, I don't know that I would have found out what was on my ballot prior.
Right. Yeah, that's such a good point, actually. So maybe it's worth people just kind of sitting down and finding. I mean, I don't know where even to direct people for that resource. I might be able to find. I'll put something on the Instagram.
I know that, like, CNN websites, and there are some news websites that have ballot information on them.
And in New York, it's Cal Cunningham, right? That's going on this. That is the vote for the Senate, I think.
I don't know. I mean, on the ballot.
I think. Yeah.
I just went Democratic down the line, so I don't.
I
don't remember the names.
Yeah, I mean,
because I can't say that I was able to get any information on anybody, so I just went with my beliefs.
It's really hard. I'll try I'll put up stuff in New York, because I think I have. Oh no, sorry, no. Cal Cunningham is North Carolina. I'm so sorry. I was doing Knock for Democracy today that Corey got me onto, which is a phone banking thing that you can do. It's really simple. You just go online, you go to knockfordemocracy.org, and they give you a slot. They give you the timetable that they have, and you can just pick a slot. So I did 2 to 4 today, and it was my first. I was supposed to be doing it last Thursday, but like something came up, so I couldn't do it. So this is my first one, and it was terrifying at first. Because it's like I don't know anything about North Carolina other than my cousin lives there, but I don't know anything about who's running, etc. But they give you everything. So they do a Zoom call at the beginning of the session with everyone who's phone banking that day, and they tell you exactly how to go through everything. It's like a system where you're just pressing buttons, so you're on the phone and you say you're voting for Joe Biden, and you
really have to be okay with bugging people and being like, what's your address, where do you live, are you going to vote?
And it was really scary, like I say, at first, especially like the first couple, because you're trying to press these buttons and then new things are coming up, like new information that you need to read. But after I got the hang of one, and also I paused it, I was like, let me take a second to like really just think about what I'm saying here and because they don't need you to stick to the script, they just need you to kind of get the information out. So it was like I wrote a couple of things down on a piece of paper that I wanted to say, and then I could get through it a lot easier. And it is actually much simpler than what the whole kind of system feels like at first, because there's a lot of questions, etc. But once you get the hang of the first call, it was so much easier. And I think the most important things that came out of it for me was like, if you have already well, first of all, just have a voting plan. So make sure
Yes.
now you kind of start thinking about, if it's early voting, when are you going to
Right.
go? How are you
Exactly.
going to do it? Like you said,
Which
like
I
what's
can
on
say
the
is
ballot?
super important because things go wrong, or you can't get there, or there's a long line, or
Like you said, exactly.
yeah, and have a backup. Yeah,
Have
it was
backup.
very, very tempting and very easy, honestly, when I got to the first location to go, oh, okay, well, I guess it's not going to work out, and to go home. But also, I knew that I was voting early, so I knew I had a week or two to just figure it out if I needed to.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I would imagine that if it's election day and the lines are around the corner and you're like, I can't do this, so that's why it's important to have a plan and a backup.
100%. And then once you have voted, maybe take the time then to talk to other people about their voting plan. So this is the
Yeah,
information they gave us today. Like if you voted, wonderful, and then maybe talk to 3 other people about their voting plans and help
right.
them get there or give them information about how you've done it, etc. And then phone bank if you can. Knock for democracy is a good thing.
Yeah, Ben's been phone banking. It's thrilling to listen to
Wonderful.
for hours. And he's volunteering to be a poll worker as well here in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great. And how
Yeah.
has your COVID been in general? How have you been?
Oh, COVID's been fantastic. We've, I love that question. How's your COVID been?
Yeah. 2020, how's your
Well,
COVID?
I first have to, of course, my disclaimer, as always, is I've been very, very fortunate and lucky that we, mine and my my family and friends have been okay. We've been, hunkered down, and we're really taking it seriously. And this uptick that's going on all over the country is really terrifying. And I feel like New York has done a really good job taking it seriously. Everybody's in masks. Everybody voting today was in masks, and we had my son's birthday was this week, so we had a birthday party, but we had a few kids at the zoo with masks on outdoors. You just kind of have to. There's a new normal, a new way to live, and in a weird way, it's been also really nice to reset a little bit, to take things back to the basics. Not have too many options and too much work getting in the way. Although work would be nice, to work.
Just one little thing at work, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. The situation in the UK is not great right now because we kind of opened back up and people weren't wearing
Right.
masks, and now we have a huge surge. So it's
Right.
so important to wear masks.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I know there's been like a big campaign against them, and everyone's a bit confused, but from what we've seen in the UK and all over Europe, it's like we have to wear masks. And New York has been really good for wearing masks, and it's not such a huge uptick. So I think if there's going to be any proof, it would be that.
Yeah. Agreed.
And it's not crazy here on the debate. Trump was like, "It's crazy in New York. Everyone's,
Yeah, I know. He
and
likes to insult Cuomo.
yeah, it's like it really
Yeah,
isn't. It's
it's
super
not.
calm. Everybody's
Yeah.
really following the rules and being
Yes.
good.
Yes. Everybody's taking it very seriously. And for that reason, restaurants have been able to open slowly, and schools have been able to open slowly. In some neighborhoods, they've remained closed. But for the most part, with everybody wearing masks and taking things seriously, we've been able to have, a little bit more of a life than in the total shutdown. And I think that's sort of, unfortunately, the new normal until we have a vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so lovely to speak to you. Thank you for taking this time. Lovely to see
Of course,
you.
thanks for doing this.
No, thank you. Miss you. Say
Miss
hi
you
to Ben
too.
and the fam.
I will. And go. What's your voting plan? What are you doing?
I'm not allowed to
Oh, that's right. You're
vote.
not allowed to vote. I forgot.
My voting plan is to sit wistfully
Yeah.
looking at other people
Yeah.
voting.
And call and
But
harass people about it.
Colin, that's the plan.
I like that plan very much. Well, thank you for doing this then, even doubly as much. The effort, I think, is really
The
important.
least I can do.
Yeah.
And to see you soon.
See you soon.
Outside of the
Bye,
screen.
everybody. Go vote. Go vote.
Yes, please vote. Please vote.
You get a really cool sticker.
Yeah. And you get to feel great about yourself and democracy.